The whole thing smacks of wanting the prestige of the Cowboy Bebop name while not fully committing to what Cowboy Bebop is. And what's with Vicious? They make him goofy and incompetent, a frustrated loser with daddy issues. What happened to the cold, implacable foe of the anime? You didn't? Oh, right, you didn't. What did you call for? What? You're kidding! Is this because of what happened with the Lithos? Oh, but it's not my fault. It was Cassis's. And I just set up my room over here, too. Well, shit. I don't like the idea of Botsmaru commanding Penguisha. Well, I guess if it's an order, I have to. It'll be a shame, I just got used to my mattress. But wait, I still have one more video to do here before I leave. You bet I will.
This is the last duet, last chance you go.
Hiya! Penguin Truth here, and it's time for more Otaku Evolution. Be sure to like, subscribe, and contribute to my Patreon. Well, here we are at the end of 2021. It's been a rough year for a lot of people. I can't say it's been a cakewalk for me either, but I do have plenty of things that others don't that make my discomfort more manageable. I'm still basically a shut-in who spends most of the day either sleeping or watching anime, but it could be worse. Anyway, it's time to look at, or rather listen to, the English dubs of all the anime I've reviewed since the mid-year video. We had 3 Funimation dubbed anime in this half of the year: Tokyo ESP, The Boy and the Beast, and Lupin the Third Dead or Alive. Tokyo ESP has a solid cast, featuring Sarah Weidenheft, Adam Dahlberg, Mallory Rodak, Brian Massey, Jenny Liddell, Jeffrey Schmidt, and others. A very strong cast and some great direction from Tyler Walker, who also directed the Bacano dub. This isn't as strong as Bacano's dub, but a good effort. I'm especially fond of Rodak's Manami and Schmidt's Professor. They strike well as the main antagonists. But of course, the most important performance is Heather Walker as Peggy. The entire success of a dub of The Boy and the Beast is dependent on the performances of the actors who played Kyuta and Kumitetsu. I think that Eric Vale, and especially Lucy Christian, as Kyuta, do a great job capturing the stubborn and lost qualities of the character, and John Swasi's Kumitetsu captures the brashness of his character well. The two have good chemistry, and they're fortified by some good supporting roles.
You got beat up, huh? I bet you didn't even put up a decent fight. Ah, pathetic.
You're right, I'm weak and pathetic. I can't fight or hold a sword.
At least you know.
Try looking in a mirror. I'm not the only one around here who's pathetic.
Huh?
As for Dead or Alive, well, it's about what you'd expect from a Funimation Lupin III dub. That is to say, it's not great. I won't say anything I haven't already said, but I just do not care for the Funimation cast of Lupin features. And they're especially poor in this darker movie, where they come off as either too hammy or too indifferent, with no real middle ground. I'm really glad Funimation stopped getting Lupin work, because they just do not do the characters justice most of the time. You should just watch this movie in Japanese with English subtitles.
And you're out! I've been practicing that one. A good one, huh? Just give up, Lupin. You're not slipping these cuffs the way you slip those ropes, that's for sure.
Hisao Takahata's Grave of the Fireflies was actually dubbed into English twice, once by Sky Pilot Entertainment for Central Park Media, and years later by Sentai Filmworks. Both dubs are, in my opinion, serviceable, but don't really stand out. They're about what you'd expect from their respective dub studios. Of note is the voice of Setsuko in the Sky Pilot dub, Cornine Orr, a prolific old-time voice actress who played Trixie Spurtle and Mom Racer from Speed Racer. And the Sentai dub, Emily Neves is Setsuko, and sounds a bit more natural, but also a bit more common.
I have money. Open this.
Wow, Setsuko, you're rich.
I have some money. Open this.
Huh? Wow, Setsuko, you're rich.
Matlin Recordings' English dub for Patlabor for CPM is also fairly unremarkable. The voices of the crew of Unit 2 grew on me over time, but I can't say any of them really blew me away with their performances. I think Dan Green's Asuma is the closest thing to a standout. It all pales in comparison to the Japanese version, which can boast of voice actors like Toshiya Furukawa, Yo Inoue, and Yoshiko Sakakibara. I find some of the one-off and side characters to have cringeworthy and awkward filler voices. But again, there's nothing to complain about too loudly. It does have its charms.
Came to Japan all by yourself. Do you ever get lonely like you miss people back in America? Don't you ever get those feelings?
Grandma.
Huh?
Grandma.
Grandma? Grandma! I've got a grandma too! I wonder how she's doing right now.
What doesn't have its charms is Industrial Smoke and Mirrors Ruin Explorers dub for ADV. It wasn't enough that the anime was so uninspired and rote, but they had to make the voice actors sound as obnoxious and annoying as they did. It's not surprising that Tamara Lowe didn't get a lot of voice acting work. Her eerie is as irritating as it is generic. And even good voice actors like Jessica Calvello and Jason Douglas were clearly not at their best in this thing. Kelly Madison's Rasha is way too over the top, even if she's kind of a comedic character. Maybe the studio thought they'd inject some life into this title with hammy acting, but it just comes off as painful.
I tasted all the food as I was holding it. Oh.
And what might have been in those bottles, I wonder.
I was wondering about that too. You're not going to get away with it, you little brat!
I can't really find any information about the dub of Tomorrow's Joe. It was made for a release of the movie by Tai-Seng Entertainment, which was titled Champion Joe in 2008. But I can't find who the cast of it was. And frankly, if I were responsible for this dub, I'd be too ashamed to attach my name to it. It really feels like a dub you might actually get from the 1970s, with very wooden acting. Some of the voices themselves are decent, but they can't quite put across any genuine emotion. It's honestly kind of embarrassing to watch.
How am I supposed to make a comeback in the professional arena? I shall become the laughingstock of the whole boxing world. I must defeat Joe before I go.
You can try! That's enough, Joe! The both of you will have your chance sooner or later. So stop this nonsense. It doesn't prove anything, huh?
Let's end on a high note by talking about the Samurai Champloo dub by Bang Zoom Entertainment. It has a strong central cast, including Stephen Bloom as Mugen, Kirk Thornton as Gene, and Kari Walgren as Fu. And the performances are boosted by acting alongside other veterans like Michael McConaughey, Johnny Young Bosch, Barbara Goodson, Dave Wittenberg, and others. It's a high-class dub that really makes the characters pop. I wouldn't rank it among my favorites per se, but it is really solid and fitting for a good show.
It's two!
This is everything we've got, understand? So be careful.
Bet the 3.
Not 3, 5.
You'll do anything to get on my nerves, won't you?
Hey, that's my line.
Bastard. Someday I'll make you cry like a little bitch.
Little bitch, do people actually say things like that? I've never heard it before.
Say what?
And that brings us to the end of this rundown, which means the end of the year for Otaku Evolution. It's been a real trip this year, getting to my 200th video, covering some real classics, and sampling a variety of English dubs. I may still prefer to watch anime in Japanese, but every now and then a dub is quite beneficial. So I hope everyone has a happy new year, and I'll return soon enough. Until then, keep watching anime, and keep watching me. See ya! I wonder what would be more entertaining to do.